Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak with Joey and Phoebe, your English speaking podcast.
This is day 2 of your 30-day English speaking challenge.
On day 1, we talked about your morning routine: waking up, brushing your teeth, making coffee, finding your keys.
And today, we go further, because your day does not end when you leave the house. Your day is just starting.
Today, we are going to talk about a full day in English, from leaving the house in the morning to going to bed at night.
Work, lunch, evening, dinner. Everything.
If you missed day 1, go watch it first. We talked about morning routines, very important phrases. Today, we continue from where we stopped.
And if you enjoy learning with us, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. It really helps.
Okay, Joey, so what does a normal day look like for you after you finally find your keys and leave the house?
First of all, I always find my keys. Eventually.
So, Joey, walk me through your day. You leave the house, then what?
Okay, so I leave the house around 8:50. I am usually running late.
We know, Joey.
I walk to the bus stop. I wait for my bus. And when bus comes, I get on the bus. My ride is about 25 minutes.
What do you do on the bus?
I put on my headphones. I listen to music. Very relaxing. But sometimes the music is too good, and I miss my stop.
You miss your stop?
Sometimes I get off the bus 2 stops late. I walk back, and then I am very late for work.
And then, what time do you start work?
My first class starts at 9:30. As you know, I am a teacher. I teach English.
I know. You are my teacher, too.
That is right. So I arrive at the school. I say good morning to the other teachers. I go to my classroom. I prepare my lesson for the day.
How many classes do you teach?
I teach 3 classes in the morning. Each class is about 1 hour. I love teaching. Every day is different. Different students, different questions. It never gets boring.
That sounds nice. What happens between classes?
I have a short break. I go to the staff room. I drink coffee. I talk to the other teachers. We talk about our students or our weekend plans.
And then lunchtime?
Lunchtime is at 12:30. I go to a small restaurant near the school. I order my sandwich and drink some water. Sometimes I sit with another teacher. We talk, we laugh. Lunch is my favorite part of the day.
That sounds really nice.
It is. Then, after lunch, back to work. I teach 1 more class in the afternoon, then I check my emails. I prepare for tomorrow's lessons, and I finish work around 4:30.
What do you do after work?
I take the bus and arrive home. I take off my shoes, then I sit on the sofa. I do nothing for 10 minutes.
10 minutes and you do nothing?
I need it, Phoebe. Teaching is tiring. Then I cook my dinner. I make pasta. Very simple pasta.
What do you put in your pasta?
Only tomato sauce. That is it.
Just tomato sauce? No vegetables?
No.
Joey.
What? It is delicious. So I eat my dinner, then I wash the dishes. I do not like washing the dishes, but I do it every day.
Good. That is a chore. A daily chore. Chore means a small job you do at home. Washing dishes is a chore. Cleaning the kitchen is a chore.
Not a fun chore. After that, I sit on the sofa. I watch TV, a comedy show. I love comedy shows. They make me laugh after a long day.
How long do you watch?
About 1 hour. Then I brush my teeth, I set my alarm for the next morning, and I go to bed.
And tomorrow, the same thing?
The same thing, except maybe tomorrow I will not miss my bus stop.
We will see about that. Okay, Joey's day is busy, but he used many useful phrases. Let's look at them together.
So I said I walk to the bus stop. I wait for the bus. I get on the bus, and when I arrive, I get off the bus. These are all travel phrases. Very useful.
Get on means you enter the bus or the train. Get off means you leave the bus or the train. I get on the bus. I get off the bus.
And the travel from your home to your work. This is called a commute. My commute takes 25 minutes. My commute is long. My commute is short.
Very useful word. Everyone has a commute. Some people drive, some people take the bus, some people take the subway, some people walk.
Then, at work, I said, I go to my classroom. I prepare my lesson. I teach a class. These are phrases for school or teaching, but you can change them for your job.
For example, I go to my office. I sit at my desk. I check my emails. I have a meeting. These are phrases for office work.
The phrase works the same way. You just change the details.
Then Joey said, I have a short break. Break means a pause. You stop working for a few minutes. I have a short break. I take a coffee break. I take a lunch break.
Then lunchtime. I go to a restaurant. I eat a sandwich. You can also say, I have lunch at 12:30. I eat lunch with my colleagues.
And after lunch, Joey said, back to work. This is a very common phrase. It means time to start working again. Lunch is finished, back to work. Break is over, back to work.
Then, after work, I said, I finish work at 4:30, not stop work. Finish work is the natural way to say it.
And at home, Joey said, I take off my shoes. Take off means you remove something. You take off your shoes, you take off your jacket. The opposite is put on. In the morning, you put on your shoes. In the evening, you take off your shoes.
Put on in the morning, take off in the evening. That is a good one.
And finally, bedtime. Joey said, I set my alarm. Set my alarm means you prepare your alarm for the next morning. I set my alarm for 7 o'clock.
Every night. Same alarm, same snooze button.
Okay, now my turn. Let me tell you about my day.
So, Phoebe, tell me about your daily routine. I already know it is more organized than mine.
Maybe a little. So I leave the house at 8 o'clock. I walk to the subway station. It takes about 5 minutes.
You take the subway?
Yes, it is fast. My commute is about 20 minutes. I sit down, I read a book on the train.
You read on the subway? I can barely keep my eyes open on the bus.
It is a good way to use the time. So I arrive at the university. I go to my first class at 9 o'clock. I am a student. I study English.
And I am your teacher. Well, not at the university, but here.
Here you are, my teacher. At the university, I have different professors. My first class is usually grammar or vocabulary. Then I have a second class at 10:30. That is usually conversation practice or listening.
How long is each class?
About 1 hour. Between classes, I go to the library. I study, I review my notes, I practice new words.
You study between classes?
Of course, that is how you get better. Then at 12:30, lunchtime.
What do you eat?
I bring my lunch from home, usually a salad or rice with vegetables.
You bring your lunch every day?
Every day. It is healthier and cheaper.
Must be nice, being that organized.
I eat lunch with my classmates in the cafeteria. We talk about our classes or our weekend plans. It is a nice break.
And after lunch?
I have one more class in the afternoon. Then I go to the library again. I do my homework. I study for about 1 hour. Then I leave the university around 4 o'clock.
What do you do after school?
On Monday and Wednesday, I go to the gym. I exercise for 1 hour. On other days, I go straight home.
You go to the gym twice a week. I go to the gym never times a week.
Never times a week. That is not a real number, Joey.
It is for me. So, what do you do at home?
I cook dinner. Usually I make grilled chicken with salad.
Chicken and salad, of course. Not just tomato sauce.
Not just tomato sauce, Joey. After dinner, I wash the dishes and clean the kitchen.
You clean the kitchen every day?
Every day. A clean kitchen makes me feel calm. Then I relax. I read my book on the sofa. Or sometimes I call my brother. We talk for about 20 minutes.
That is nice, staying connected with family.
Then I prepare my clothes for tomorrow. I put them on the chair next to my bed. Then I brush my teeth. I set my alarm for 6:30, and I go to bed.
6:30. Every time you say that number, I feel tired.
You get used to it.
So, we just talked about our daily routine. We both have very different days, a teacher and a student, but we use the same phrases.
Exactly. I take the subway, Joey takes the bus. Different transport, same phrase.
Phoebe brings lunch from home. I go to a restaurant. Different choice, same topic.
Joey watches TV in the evening. I read a book. Different activity, same time of day.
That is the secret with English. You learn the phrase once, then you change the details for your own life.
Your own time, your own food, your own evening. Same English, your story.
Now, in day 1, we learned 4 time words. First, then, after that, finally.
Today we add 4 more. These help you talk about different parts of the day.
In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night.
For example, in the morning I take the subway to school. In the afternoon I study in the library. In the evening I cook dinner. At night I go to bed.
Morning, afternoon, evening, night. 4 parts of the day. 4 simple phrases.
And 2 more that are very useful. Before and after.
Before lunch, I teach 2 classes. After lunch, I teach 1 more. Before bed, I brush my teeth. After work, I take the bus home.
Before and after connect your actions. They tell people what comes first and what comes next.
So now you have first, then, after that, finally, from day 1. And today, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night, before, and after.
With these words, you can describe your entire day in English. Okay, everyone, let's practice together. Joey and I will say a phrase. You repeat after us.
Ready? Here we go.
I take the bus to work.
I go to my classroom and prepare my lesson.
I have lunch at 12:30.
I finish work in the afternoon.
In the evening, I cook dinner.
Before bed, I brush my teeth and set my alarm.
Good. Now pick one part of your day, just one, and describe it in English. Very good. Before we finish, 2 phrases from our conversation today.
First, running late. I said, I am usually running late. Running late means you do not have enough time. You are behind. You need to hurry.
For example, I am running late for class. I am running late for work. I am running late for the bus. You hear this phrase every day in English.
Especially from me.
Especially from you. Second phrase, back to work. After lunch, Joey said, back to work. This means time to start working again. Lunch is finished, back to work. Break is over, back to work.
You can also say back to class, back to studying. Same idea. The break is finished, time to continue.
Very natural, very common. Use these with your colleagues, your classmates, your friends. Everyone understands them.
Okay, everyone. Your challenge for today.
Go to the comments below and tell us what is your favorite part of the day. Morning? Afternoon? Evening?
One sentence. For example, my favorite part of the day is lunchtime because I eat with my friends.
Or, my favorite part of the day is the evening because I relax and watch TV.
We read every comment, and I pick my favorite every week.
So, write something good. That is day 2 of your 30-day English speaking challenge with us.
On day 1, we learned how to talk about your morning. And today, we learned how to talk about your whole day, from leaving the house to going to bed.
You learned phrases like, I take the bus, I get on, I get off, I teach a class, I have a break, I finish work, I cook dinner, I set my alarm.
And time expressions. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night, before, and after.
Now, before you go, think about your day. Try to describe it in English, even in your head. That is already a practice.
Nobody is listening, just you and your English.
And come back on Saturday for day 3. We are going to learn how to introduce yourself in English. Very useful for meeting new people.
My favorite topic!
Of course it is. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel so you do not miss any new episodes.
Thank you for spending your time with us today. It means a lot.
See you on day 3. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.